First thing I'll do when I see an artist for the first time is, unfortunately, when it comes to live performance, I see what they're doing wrong before I see what they're doing right at times. Because generally artists do the same thing over and over, and they don't know they're doing the same thing over and over. And so even going from artist to artist, they generally make the same mistakes. Mistakes like, because it's me, it's unique. And it is unique, and it's because it's them, but the problem is that doesn't get connected to the audience. The audience doesn't sense that uniqueness because of the way it's being communicated. The artist, and that's frustrating for the artist because they know they're unique, they've got something that is good, and they want everyone to recognize that uniqueness that they have and that it's special. And so many artists get disappointed because it doesn't happen. It ends up being a lot of frustration. And then you hear comments like, oh, it was a stupid audience tonight, or they'll never get it. But that's not what it's about. It's crucial, since it's a relationship, to actually listen, not just speak. So what is the audience saying to you? And if you send out the wrong signals, they don't know what to say. When I hear this all the time, and God gave me this song. And so they won't change anything. They won't clean it up. They won't edit it and they were in that place, in their room, in their studio, wherever it was, and the presence of God was on them, but it doesn't mean that it's finished. We're actually co-creators with Christ. And so the question is, if I'm going to take this, how do I put it in a way that others will actually get it? Unless it's just for me. And there's times when songs are just for us, or scriptures are just for us, or things are just for us, and accept those and go on. But if you're actually trying to connect with other people, you better learn those skills. Otherwise, it's random. It's just, some nights it's magical, the planets align, the spirit falls, everything's magical, and the next night it doesn't work, and you have no idea why. By God's grace, and I mean that, because I do two things well, and one of them is sleep. I understand why it works from the stage. Don't know why, but I do understand that. The resistance to what I teach in the church and outside the church is our pride. It is self-centeredness. It's what it's about. I mean, it's the fall. I mean, I saw it when my little boy was 9 months old, and he wanted his way at 9 months old. Freaked me out. And I remember we had a little joke with him even too when he was 8 years old. He'd go, I know. We'd try to teach him something. Go, I know. And we diffused it by, that's right, Parker. You're 8 years old and you know everything. And he actually got it. He got the irony of it. It's like, oh, maybe I don't know. But yeah, with artists, it's such a personal thing because you are creating something. I said this earlier, I think. The other thing is we sense our uniqueness. When the Spirit of God is upon us, we sense our uniqueness. And so we expect people to get that uniqueness. But the problem is we're inside our own body. That unique thing is what He's doing with us, through us. And that does not necessarily involve the audience. Audiences go for three reasons, even in the church: to be captured and engaged. In other words, they want to be present. They want to really be involved, whether they're speaking, whether they're singing, whether we're watching the announcements. People want to be present. Not be thinking about the game afterwards, not be thinking about work the next day. You want to be captured. And then the second thing is they want to experience moments. They want to be emotionally moved in one way, shape, or form. And I don't mean manipulated. There's got to be content. And that's what so many of the people want. And so many of the people, and here's the frustrating, the pastors, the artists themselves, if they're Christian artists, or the worship team. That's what it's about. So somehow by saying we don't perform, see, performance all of a sudden means there's no content. That's a crock. No, performance, all it really means is entertainment, for example. All it means is to be captured and engaged. And last time I checked, it would be nice if people were captured and engaged when we brought them the gospel. And I'm not talking about being groovy and doing the show. I'm not talking about Disney boy band thing here, where it's all movement or something. No, but it has to be the appropriate thing at the appropriate time. So one of the biggest mistakes is just the mindset that performance is wrong, or what the word even means. It comes down to the nomenclature of how we speak in the church versus how we speak outside the church. Unfortunately, which brings me to the second problem, massive problem all across the board, church, not church, whatever, is that all the songs are not the same. They're different subjects, different tones, different vocal licks, different melodies. Everything's different except the presentation of it. Song after song after song, the artist does the same thing over and over again. Like when I work with, or young kid bands hear what I do, and their ignorance astounds me at times, but it's just normal. They come up to me and say, well, man, we don't need any help, man. We jump around stage all the time. So I'm kind of like, so here's what you jump around a stage every song. Every song looks the same, but every song isn't the same. So how is an audience supposed to get the message if everything looks the same and communication is 55% what they see? It makes no sense. So you've got to learn the language that the audience understands. And so much of that is nonverbal.